What's up, guys? Order in the court. Sorry, it's been a long time I haven't seen you guys. I have been in trial for a week. Woo! It was crucial. Okay, and then I had trial before that and one after that. Okay, so I have been in court. Courts are moving fast right now, honey. And it's very interesting because one of the trials that I had, and I do not sue lawyers. That's not something that I like to do. But it was a legal malpractice case where a lawyer had messed the case up and I had to fix it, and it cost my client a little money when she messed up. She wasn't willing to pay my client, so the jury awarded my client. We didn't want much from this lady, okay? And so the jury awarded my client the $6,600. He was out and awarded $50,000 in punitive damages. I was like, like I'm sure she wishes she had settled that case. But once we were done uncovering all of the little, sneaky things that she had done as a lawyer, the jury was not very happy with her. I wasn't either. I just knew I couldn't believe, that she had done the things that she had done. And then she had a friend that represented her, that was her lawyer, and I can't believe that this person did let this lady go to trial on that case. Like, I have friends that would have said, no, Allie, you gonna pay this client. Okay? I don't care if it's the payment plan. Bitch, you're not gonna go in front of a jury with this case and get plummeted. So her friend is not a friend. And that goes, guys, I'm telling you, people get upset with me all the time for offering candid legal advice, but by law, I'm supposed to. I'm supposed to offer legal advice to my clients, and I'm not supposed to care about what they think about it. That is what the law says, okay? I cannot change my legal advice based on how I think my client is going to take it. And it's hard sometimes to be able to tell clients the truth. They get so pissed off that you're just being honest with them and they don't listen. And this is one of those times, and it's like, sir, you didn't have good client control, or you didn't do the attorney and counselor at law, you didn't do the counseling. Because that's the most important part of being an attorney, is counseling people and letting them know when they're dead to the wrong or when they're not dead to the wrong, how strong their case is, what things are looking like for them, and being honest in that. Because people look at attorneys to make decisions, and if you are lying to your client about the boat that they are in, honey, you are not allowing them to make an informed decision about their life, okay? So, hated to do it, but that's where I was at, y'all. She messed that man's case up, this family case. She just tore it, just messed it up. Okay, and then tried to leave him stuck holding the bag, but now she's holding the bag. Okay, so that's where I've been. And then, fighting attorneys is crazy. And I was the only attorney on the case, They had two, and I had just me. Told that little behind up, though. Next case, and that's how I feel. On to the next case. Okay, so let's get it without further ado. Let's see what's going on. Let's see. This is a legal question. Can my 17-year-old granddaughter leave her mother's home to live with me? It's not a good situation at home, and it hasn't been a stable home for many years. Trying to see what I can do to help my granddaughter. Guys, y'all already know how I am about grandparents. I love grandparents to death. Grandparents can be a gift or they can be a curse, okay? This is how I feel about grandparents. Grandparents do not parent, okay? They are grandparents, but they don't parent. And I say that because they deal with their grandkids much different than they deal with their kids. A lot of the times we're like, excuse me, mom or dad, you would have never let me get away with that. Why are you letting him or her get away with that? It's because it's not their child and they don't give a damn. That's why. Okay? They want to be nice for once when they weren't ever nice to you. So whenever you are not the parent of a child, and I'm not saying the grandparents don't love the children. That's not what I'm saying. But it's not the same unconditional. You didn't push them out. You didn't make those children. So you're trying to be the good person. So you have to look at that a lot. When, and honestly, that's why a lot of states don't have grandparents' rights, because we understand the thought process behind a grandparent. They're older, they don't care anymore, and they let their grandkids do whatever. Okay? And so that's why grandparents don't generally have rights. And they also they are still trying to parent their own children that are grown with their own kids, telling them what to do. And that's why grandparents don't have rights also. Because it's like they cannot your child is grown. You can't tell your child what to do with their child. That ain't your business. But because you are the parent of your grown child, you might think you can tell your grown child what to do with your grandchild, and that's another reason that the law stops that. Now, there are limited circumstances here in Texas where a grandparent can have rights. It's if they don't believe. If there's a lawsuit going on between the parents and the grandparent doesn't believe that either parent should be awarded the child, then they can step in. Or if the grandparent has had the child in their home for more than 6 months, then they can file for custody. But you cannot just file for custody of a grandchild. So I will answer this question and say this, ma'am. No, you cannot just have that child leave home. First of all, I don't know what type of grandparent would write an attorney and say this. Because if you really felt like your grandchild was not in the best place and it's not been a stable home for years, why have you not done anything about it now? Legally, the proper way. Why have you not discussed this with your child or whomever this person is to you? Your child's baby's mother or your child's baby's father, whoever has custody, because this is your grandchild. Why have you not discussed it with your child or that parent where this child is living, or the parents where this child is living? So I almost think that you're a bad seed because I don't like the way that you're going about this. It's weird to me, and it seems like you have not spoken to the parents about this because you're just kind of writing me like, can she come live with me? You know, like that. Why are you asking a lawyer instead of asking the parents of the child? Okay, so that's odd. And then when children are wrong, they like to go get people on their side, okay, that will bask in the wrongdoing with them. And a lot of the times, grandparents are just an easy, and I hate to say this, and I'm going to go ahead and bang the gavel before I say it, but y'all an easy ass punk. You easy wins. You're stupid. You believe half the shit the grandchild says, and it's like you're easily influenced, and so you're a pawn, and they're using you, okay, to get you on their side so they can get sympathy, and that's a lot of the times what they do, and then they have you and pitch you against their parents, and a lot of the times grandparents are dumb enough to do it and they forsake their own relationship with their child when they do it, because when you start to interfere in your grandchild's relationship with his or her parent, more than likely you're going to get cut off by the parent, and that's just what's going to happen. Then you put yourself in a bad position where you really don't have access to the child because you need the parent to have access to the child. So don't do that, grandparents. And I tell people this all the time: don't get involved in your grandchild's mess or your grandchildren's mess. Allow their parents to handle it. And if you believe that your grandchildren are in a bad environment, then you need to do something about it. But the first thing you need to do is talk to that parent about it. And if it's just that bad, then you move forward in any other way. But to pit the child against their parent, that's karma coming your way. That's an inappropriate way for you to deal with something. And I would offer up to you, grandmother, that you wouldn't allow that shit, and you wouldn't want anybody doing that shit to you. So why in the hell are you doing it to somebody else? Bitch, nobody come take your child. Then your mama didn't come and tell you, go tell behind your back, tell your child that you weren't a good parent and they need to come live with them. So why in the hell are you doing it? Grandparents, stay within your bounds. Okay? You're supposed to be in Florida and shit, going places and seeing shit, not trying to control the other people's house. Okay? And again, if this child is in a bad situation, tell me why in the hell you've let that child be in that bad situation for a long period of time. So I almost don't trust what you're saying. Because if the situation has been unstable for so long, why in the hell are you waiting till the child is 17 and then asking the child to come live with you? I don't understand that. Why don't you just wait till a couple of more months and let the child live with you when they're 18? What the hell are you doing? I'm not understanding. You're causing mess. And I know that is not the response that you expected or wanted from me, nor that you came to me for. But at the end of the day, we started this shit off talking about candid advice, right? That's my advice. That's just how I feel about it. And that's based on my professional opinion from what I've seen. Grandparents are meddlers. Y'all meddle. You try to run your kids' shit, and when they get grown and don't listen to you no more because they're grown, you try to start running their house by trying to run their grandkids. I've seen it. It's a power trip a lot of the times. Because to me, why in the hell have you not done anything then? Most of the grandparents who really know that their grandchildren are in bad situations have already gotten them out of those situations, because they went to the parent and said, you know what you're doing is wrong, and I'm gonna give you the opportunity to give me the child before I have to go call the damn authorities, which I don't want to do, which I don't want to do. So just give me the child. Give me the damn child, and we will call it even. And I won't ask you for shit. You ain't gotta ask me, but I don't want to see you raise this child like this. That's normally what a grandparent does when they know that the child's in a bad situation. If the child is truly in a bad situation and the parents are just that bad, the parents will give you the child because they don't want no problem. They don't want no smoke. So they still have the child. So either A, the situation is not as bad as you're telling me it is, or B, it's not a bad situation at all. It's just you don't agree with their parenting. And that, ma'am, I'm gonna bang the gavel on. It ain't, you don't have to agree with their parenting, because it's their parenting and not yours. This is one thing I always tell people about opinions. And baby, everybody has their own what? Opinion. That's why it's called my opinion, and your opinion is called your opinion. Your opinion ain't gonna be my opinion. My opinion is not going to be your opinion, and that's okay, because we're all different people. We're all raised different. Okay, we all have different outlooks. We have different blood running through our veins. Okay, different DNA makeups. Okay, different psychological and intellectual makeups. We're not going to agree on a lot of things, but you are entitled to your opinion, and I'm entitled to mine. Grandmother, you're entitled to your opinion. Okay, but you can leave your opinion in your damn house. Next case.